Thank you, Madam Chair. We do have two totally different philosophies. Since I've got here, I've recognized that there are two main philosophies, and this is just the way I see it. We're growing this huge bureaucracy that keeps growing itself. I mean, yesterday we had an example of this. We're in the process of creating a whole new department, and in this committee, which that department has to do exactly with this committee, we weren't allowed to have discussion on it until 5 minutes to 10. And Lee Daniels and I had a conversation afterwards. I'm going, Brian, it's hitting me. We're developing a whole new department. It seems like this should take the entire session to figure this out and to work this out and to pan this out, because we're literally taking millions and millions and millions of taxpayer dollars to continue building the bureaucracy. And also another thing I've noticed is this bureaucracy really benefits St. Paul, Minneapolis, this surrounding area. And Chair Keeler, Madam Chair, you've brought that up, and I really appreciate that, the focus that you put on helping greater Minnesota. But there's that philosophy, making bureaucracy bigger and bigger and bigger, increasing hardworking families' taxes versus building economic prosperity, coming up with policies that help our economy, that help small business and big business, because big business, the more we prosper them, the more they can actually pay their workers. And we literally had a testifier yesterday, if I'm remembering correctly, it was towards developing this whole new department, and she said, I have to work to pay my taxes. I got to tell you, hearing that statement, my mind was blown. I believe, and that if we focus on the parent and on the family and how to prosper them in our economy, that's what's going to empower our children. Having a parent at home with them and having a parent who's able to provide. So yeah, there are two different philosophies in this room, and we can go back and forth all day about which one's right, but I don't think continuing to build this bureaucracy that is going to just continue to empower itself. The state of Minnesota, I learned yesterday, is the third largest employer in the state. That should not be with government. This is America, and more importantly, this is Minnesota. I would just like us to focus more on how we can actually empower our economy, and therefore, I believe that will help families. Thank you for listening to me.